Hello freedom fighters and welcome to today's Q&A. Woody Woods asks, where do you live? Well, actually, funny story. During the war on Christmas, I told my mom Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays, and she immediately threw me out of the house. So I walked a bit and I found a Starbucks. I'm currently hiding in their bathroom. At night while everyone's gone, I'll sneak out and I'll write Merry Christmas in all the cups, and it drives the libs insane. My current plan is I'm working on building a tiny house that's almost complete, and then I'll move in there. Maybe I'll even give it a house tour if you guys are interested, and let me know. Arizona_Ranger__ has a couple questions. First off, how will you raise money for your campaign? So, I had a brilliant idea. In my area, it's getting around Girl Scout cookie season, so what I did is, I snuck back into my house, I stole my old Girl Scout uniform, and I'm stealing, the goods from Starbucks that they don't want at the end of the day and they throw in the trash. I'm putting my uniform on, I'm walking around on my knees and going door to door, trying to sell them as Girl Scout cookies. So far, I've made, about a total of negative 25 cents. I had to pay a man to let me go, but I think it'll work. Just give it some time. Second question is, what do you think of Ralph Northam? I believe he is a deep state red flag that is being paid and orchestrated by France. Moving on. His next question is the deep state secretly colluding with aliens? Now this is a tricky one, people. I think the deep state wants us to think they have the aliens on their side, but I'm pretty sure the aliens are working with the deeper state. So it's kind of like a red flag situation, but I'm keeping my eyes on it and watching it develop. Stenson asks, in the extremely rare event that this campaign caught on and you actually grew in popularity, would you run? Well, Stenson, welcome to my channel. The point of it is that I am running for president in 2036. And not only am I running for president, I am currently the most popular candidate running for president in 2036. Next, Luke Salazar asks a couple different questions. First off, in this heated political climate, what actions will you take to make this country unite enough to make a change that people want, such as border security? So, I consider myself to be a pretty reasonable person, meaning reasonable people will listen to my ideas. And if there are unreasonable people who are dissenting about my ideas, they must be removed from office because they are unreasonable. I have no other choice. Some of my uniting policies on border security specifically is, I believe every border deserves a wall, including state borders. So I want every state to have a border. If that works out well, I might turn it to cities having them too and towns. But I'm just going to start off with states and then of course our country borders. Secondly, he asks, did Beverly Jubstein kill himself? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that person. If I form an opinion, I will let you know. Thirdly, he asks, what will you do with your millions of dollars in campaign contributions? Currently I'm waiting for those millions of dollars to come in. I know they're on the way. I've just gotten a massive wave of support. It's millions of subscribers in just this 1 week. But when I do get them, I think it would look pretty rad if I had 500 bald eagles behind me in a campaign video. So I think I'd put some money towards that. Maybe a cool tree house to be my headquarters where the deep state couldn't find me. And food. I could really use some food. I don't really have a ton of that right now. But yeah, that's probably what I'd do with it. And finally, our last question. Minimum Effort Animation asks, if you were to run third party, what would your party be called? I've got a couple ideas kicking around in my head. Freedom Eagles, Freedom Fighters, Freedom Fighters Deluxe, Freedoms, Freedom Caregivers. I really like the idea of freedom. I'm not quite sold on the last word yet. If you have any party name suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. Maybe you guys have a better idea. And this is the end of the video. Thank you all so much for your amazing questions. I got millions and millions of submissions, but I had to whittle it down to the ones that made it in this video. But I just want to say, even the ones that I couldn't fit in, you guys were all amazing, and thank you so much for the support. I'll see you in the next one, freedom fighters.